Okay, guys, welcome to Job 25. Excuse me. This is going to be quick because it's 6 verses. I also need to run out the door. But we can get to this. Bildad, at this point now, I think he's almost out of words because there are multiple responses from these guys, and Job is coming back hardcore and really just putting a boot in their chest. But what else can they say? What else can they say to him except just to openly accuse him? Well, this is what Bildad ends up doing. But I think it's funny that his response is so short. Now, maybe we lost scripture due to time. I don't know. He says a lot in these 6 verses, but he also exposes himself in these 6 verses. How can man be righteous? Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, Dominion and fear belong to him, him being the Lord. He makes peace in his high places. Is there any number to his armies? We have an indicator of that in other places in the Bible, New Testament too. They are innumerable. Upon whom does his light not rise? How then can man be righteous before God? Or how can he be pure who is born of a woman? See, these guys understood. We're born into this sin nature. Can't help it. How is this possible? Well, it's possible with Jesus. Verse 5. If even the moon does not shine, and the stars are not pure in his sight, how much less man, who is a maggot, and the son of man, who is a worm? This guy needs to be real careful what he says. Now, granted, this is way before Jesus. He needs to be real careful what he's saying here. Because now he's speaking against God. Did Job not speak quite clearly, I know who my Redeemer is? What's wrong with these guys? Do they not have the same understanding Job has? Don't know. But he needs to be real careful what he's saying. Because he's speaking out of a lack of knowledge. And he's exposing himself. He's exposing himself to everybody sitting there. Now, I believe the other 2 guys are that way too. But again, this is a whole demonic thing. This is Satan, accuser of the brethren. And he's literally spitting in Job's face. Amazing. Trying not to, right out and out say Job's name, but he's spitting in Job's face. And he's going to get proven wrong, and he's going to get taught a lesson by the Lord. That's coming. So, really simple, really easy. These guys don't know what they're talking about, even though they speak pretty good, pretty well. They don't know what they're talking about. But they're exposing who's really driving this, Satan. He's the one driving their speeches. And Job is standing his ground. So the next video will be Job 26, Job responding to Bildad. But Job answered and said, so he's responding, man's frailty and God's majesty, and he's going to go into a speech. He's defending God. The more a Christian gets attacked, the more a believer gets attacked. They start to stand up for God. And Job is doing the same thing. The more Satan is pushing him, the more Job is running closer. I think God knew that was going to happen. I think God knew. And we'll see what Job's response is in the next video. Guys, that was Job 25. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.